Hey, what's going on, Capricorns? Butch here. I'm going to do your June read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And with all that being said, let's get it. Here's what they have for Capricorns for June 2023. Let me see. All right, Capricorns. So the first thing that I see, Capricorns, is I feel like there is someone coming in, but I feel like it's someone that you already know. I feel like this person is someone from your past. And I feel like it is someone you invested time in, and I feel like this person didn't show up for you. I feel like they did all the right things till they got you, and then they gave up. It's kind of like they were looking for a free ride. Now, it wasn't the fact that they weren't happy with you. It wasn't the fact that they didn't want to be with you. It's the fact that I don't think they were mature enough for a real relationship. And I feel like that's what you wanted from them. That's what you expected, especially the way they acted. You felt like you were on the same page. And I feel like when push came to shove, this person didn't show up for you. I feel like it's like they didn't know what they wanted, or they didn't appreciate what they had, what you were offering. I feel like you weren't on the same page, but I do feel like you were on the same book. And that's what's important about this read is I feel like you weren't wrong about them. I just feel like maybe you were ahead in the book a little bit further than they were ready to get to. I feel like this person, like I said, they got what they wanted, and it's almost like they were resting on their laurels. They got what they wanted at the time, and they thought it was enough, but it wasn't enough for you. And I feel like that's when it started to break down. I feel like this person got very defensive. I feel like it's almost like they felt like you owed them something. They were depending on you too much. And that's why I feel like it didn't work at the time. But it's all because they didn't see what was right in front of them. I feel like this person needed to grow up. I feel like they needed to, I just feel like emotionally they were very immature, mentally immature as well. And I feel like they couldn't give you what you expected. So it's almost like they're like, why would I bother? I did all this. And I feel like there was a lot of gaslighting. I feel like this person really put a lot of this on you, almost making you feel like, trying to make you feel guilty for expecting more from them. And that's why I always say to people, when you go into a relationship, give them everything that you have. Show them what you're willing to offer. Put your best foot forward, but make it your foot. Don't be somebody you're not. Don't promise things that you have no intentions of fulfilling, because at the end of the day, you're both going to get hurt. And with this person, they may have felt the hurt a little later than you did. Now, like I said, moving forward, I do see this person coming back into your life. And I feel like it may come as a shock, because I feel like this person has made a huge transformation over the time apart. You know, I feel like this person has made a huge step forward, and they are going to reach out to you and want to, like I said, they want to reconcile. You know, they're going to communicate with you. They're going to open up communication with you. You know, they're going to want you to see the change that they've made. They want you to see that they're a better person, because I feel like they've seen. Sometimes people think grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes they got to see it for themselves. You know, like I said, emotionally and mentally, they weren't mature enough for a real relationship. They wanted someone else to build the empire for them. Now, with this person, like I said, they realized that they don't want anybody else. They realize, and they're seeing things in a different perspective, and I feel like that's why they're reaching back out to you, because they're realizing how badly they screwed up, and they're going to want to make it right. You know, I do see this person putting in a lot of work to change your mind about them. You know, they're going to put in a lot of work to gain back that respect that they lost of you. And I feel like it wouldn't have been possible if they didn't lose the best thing that ever happened to them. Because I feel like they finally took a deep, hard look into themselves and realized that's not who they were. You know, they weren't living up to their potential. They weren't being the person they could be. You know, like I said, sometimes we get comfortable. Sometimes we have someone that does things for us, and it gets so comfortable that we want them to do more things for us. And I don't think this is ever what the person wanted, but I feel like in the past, like I said, the immaturity was shining through. But now they got to take a hard and deep look at who they really are and what they really want in life. They still want that empire, but they want to build it with you. You know, very nurturing, very protective. Like I said, they want to be there and show you that they have your back. They want to show you that they're not the person that they were, that they were much more than that. And I feel like your intuition was telling you in the past, you know, I feel like your intuition was right about them. I just feel like the timing was off. Like I said, I feel like this person is someone that you can depend on. This is someone that can show up for you. This is someone that is willing to put in the work. But at the time, they just had a lot of growing up to do. You know, there's nobody else for them. Like I said, they're coming back knowing exactly what they want. You know, before they were giving you the half-ass, like I said, they weren't offering you anything. They were just looking for handouts. You know, they got a little complacent. But now that they know exactly what they want and what they want from you and where they want to be, you know, I like I said, I do see this person chasing you. I do see this person, you know, not accepting no as an answer. You know, they're finally ready to show up for you and this connection. And like I said, the connection's always been there. They just weren't realizing it, you know, because they never walked away from this. And like I said, they're showing up to put in the work. You know, they want to be that power couple that you thought you could be with them before. You know, they want to build that strong foundation. They want to build that empire. You know, they want to have that legacy. And you're the person they want to have it with. There's never been anybody else. Sometimes we're with the right person, we just don't realize it. And sometimes it takes us losing that person to realize it. And it's sad because sometimes we can't go back. But with this, I don't feel like it's too late. I feel like it's going to take some time to mend some bridges, but I feel like they're willing to do that now. You know, we have that power couple. We have that building that foundation. You know, this person is ready to put in the work and get what they want. And I feel like you're finally on the same page. You know, I feel like this person is in a completely different mindset than they were. And I feel like they needed some time. Like I said, they needed some time to grow up. You know, they needed some time to realize how important you are to them and how important you are to their future. Now with this person, they're coming back with no games. You know, the walls are down. You know, they're finally ready to put in the work. They're finally ready to let you in. And they're finally ready to show up. You know, this person's thinking about the future now. And it's something I feel like was one of the biggest changes of this person, is I feel like before they weren't looking at the future. They didn't care about it. You know, like I said, they were looking at, you know, things were good. They took advantage of the situation and they started depending on you too much. And it takes a toll on a relationship, especially when somebody comes in acting like we're on the same page, acting like they want the same things. I don't really feel like it was an act for this person. I feel like they did want all the things they told you, but I feel like it got easy. And instead of taking the hard and more beneficial road, they took the easy road, and it led to nowhere. It just led to them being unhappy. Now they're thinking about stability. Now they're thinking about the future. You know, and they're going to want to move forward with you, like I said. You know, and I'm not saying you got to make it easy on them, but I do see someone that's has really turned their life around. And I feel like they're now heading that trajectory that you wanted them to, that you expected them to, that you thought they would from the very beginning. You know, I see a lot of balance coming with the two of you. You know, it's no longer is it you working for them, it's them working for you and your future. You know, they're exactly where they were meant to be. They just didn't realize it. You know, this is the person I feel like you were meant to be with. But I feel like the timing was off. Right person, wrong time. But they're going to want to, like I said, they're coming back. They want to make it right. You know, and I feel like they've had a profound look into their selves and saying, okay, if I expect this person to be in my life, I got to show up for it. I got to make them see that they made the right choice. And like I said, they're gonna want to make it right. But I do feel like this person has changed tremendously. It's not that they wanted to be with anybody else. They just thought they could get away with half-assing it. And the more they half-ass it and you let them get away with it, the more they continue to do it. And I feel like it got to a point where it was a problem. You know, with Capricorns, they don't want to babysit anybody. They want someone who's going to show up. They want someone that's going to be working side by side with them to get what they want. You know, and sometimes it happens to all signs. You get with someone that isn't putting in the effort or isn't putting in the work. And some signs are quicker than others to get rid of that kind of person. And I feel like you gave them a fair shot, and I feel like that's why it's going to be harder for them to convince you that they've changed. But I don't see that, like I said, the first step in putting in all this work to make it a future is this person proving to you that they're willing to show up and that they're going to show up. And I don't feel like you're going to be reliving history if you give this person a chance. Now, I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't, because that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to tell you what I see. And what I see is someone that has made a change. And a very dramatic change at that. I mean, I feel like this person is a new, improved version. You know, now they're looking, like I said, they're looking to build that legacy. They're looking to build that empire. They're not looking for someone to build it for them. They want to earn it. They want to earn your respect. They want to earn your future. And they'll put in every effort it takes to get there. You know, like I said, I feel like this person always had feelings for you. I feel like the feelings were deep, but like I said, you know, sometimes when things come to us easily, sometimes we get a little complacent, sometimes we get a little lazy. And I feel like that's what happened to this person, because they were in the wrong mindset. I don't feel like they were ready for a real relationship. They weren't ready for you. But I feel like they are now. Now with this person, I mean, we have all signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. I'm OCD, so I have to say it even though there's all signs. But that's the thing in life. Sometimes we're not ready to meet our person. And I know that sounds silly to some people, but, sometimes we're just not there. But I feel like if you're meant to be with someone, your paths will continue to cross. And that's what I see here. They're crossing your path again. The first time didn't go well. But they're showing up to earn your respect, to earn you back. And I don't feel like that'll ever stop, because now they know what the grass isn't greener on the other side. They know that if they want something, like I said, I feel like this person wants to build that empire. They want to be proud of it. Before they wanted someone to build it for them. They wanted you to build it for them. But now they realize the benefit of building it yourself, putting in the work together. Because then it's something you both can be proud of. And I feel like it may shock you that this person's made these kind of changes, but like I said, I feel like people change when they want to. People always say people can't change. I absolutely don't believe that at all. I believe everybody can change. I just believe that, I believe you can't change a person if they don't want to change. The change has to come from within. And I feel like this person's made a huge change in their life. And like I said, they're coming back to prove it to you. They're coming back to win you back. And like I said, I feel like the pain would have hit you first, but I feel like it hit them harder, if that makes sense. Because, when someone screws up, the other person gets hurt initially. But the person that screws up, when they realize they screwed up, that's when the pain hits them. That's when they realize, I had everything I wanted, and I screwed it up. And the problem with life is sometimes you can't make it right. So maybe you should make it right the first time. Because you're not always going to get a second chance. But like I said, this person's fighting for their second chance. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.